Good morning. And if you're not watching this from the morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, whatever suits your purpose. Now, in a lot of my videos, I talk about frugal living and living with less and living a more minimalist lifestyle. Now, what does that mean? Often that can get interpreted as I'm depriving myself of a life and I'm just sitting in my house staring at the wall doing nothing all day, not talking to anyone. That is not the reality of the situation. So, in this video, I kind of just want to take you a little bit in my world and show you a day in the life of a frugal minimalist, a day in the life of El Agustin, and take you on a little adventure. Now, if I showed you the reality of what I did, it wouldn't be that interesting because day-to-day life, no matter who you are, is not that interesting. So let's spice things up and let's just go on an adventure. And unfortunately, all the adults are working right now. Adults are a little weird. So it's just gonna be you and me on this adventure. And I'm just gonna take you around town and we're just gonna have some fun. And I'm gonna show you what I do on an average day or throughout the week as a frugal minimalist. So I wanna start off just by taking you to my favorite coffee spot. But in order to do that, we first need to make some coffee. So let me do that first, all right? I'll make you a cup. All right, so we're in the car. We're gonna head off to get coffee. It is a colorful, beautiful, sunny day in colorful Colorado. Just as always, it's an amazing state to live in. And it is not as expensive as people say it is. People say that Colorado is a very expensive state, but it's not. But as you see, I have a car. I have a reliable car. I spent a lot of time before having extremely unreliable cars. I had a 1986 Toyota Camry for about 4 years or something, and it was terrifying to drive. So I have so much gratitude. I'm so grateful for the car that I have. I paid it in cash, something that I can afford. And so let's go get the cup of coffee, but I do not want to drive while I'm talking, or I do not want to be talking when I'm driving. So I'll just meet you there, all right? So let's do that. All right. So here we are. So we made our coffee this morning. I'm sure you're asking yourself, Augustine, are we bringing coffee to a coffee shop? Is that what frugal people do? Because if that's what frugal people do, I want nothing to be about frugality. No, we are not going to coffee shop squares. Go to coffee shops. I'm just kidding. I spend a lot of time at coffee shops, but we're going to something better than a coffee shop. We're going to my favorite place to drink coffee and what I do multiple times a week. Now, I don't want to ruin the surprise. So we're going to walk together, and I hope you brought your hiking shoes, and we're going to get some coffee. All right, so let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, is this not the most beautiful view that you have ever seen? This is Garden of the Gods behind me, just a stunning location. I love to come up here and just drink a cup of coffee, especially now that I'm doing YouTube full time and I have a lot of extra free time. I can come as much as I want and just make a cup of coffee and just look at this stunning view, read a book. I'm currently reading Motorcycle Diaries by Che Guevara. Got it from the library, completely free. Also, frugality. This is what you get. You know, I love going to a coffee shop just like every other millennial, but sometimes, and a lot of times, especially when you live in Colorado, it's just amazing to get a cup of coffee and just look at a beautiful view. I mean, let me show you this little bit. So we have Garden of the Gods off in the distance. I mean, look how stunning that is. Look at those colors. It never gets old. I can come here every single day and it never gets old. We have all these trails around here, and then right over here is the mighty Pikes Peak Mountain, 14,000 feet above sea level. I mean, this is less than $1 to do, and look how much you get out of it. I mean, it's stunning. So now let's pack things up. We finished the cup of coffee and let's go back to the car. So here we are back at the car. There is no better way to start the day than just have a cup of coffee in nature. I just think humans, we have a connection with nature. We need to be with it because you just feel so amazing after you do that. It is very hot. It is 90 degrees outside. I'm sweating like crazy. So let's go back home and we're gonna do the next task, all right? So let's go. Since I'm showing you around town, I wanna make today a special day. I decided that for lunch, we were going to make an Ecuadorian dish. But the funny thing is I actually forgot to bring my wallet when I drove to Garden of the Gods. So I didn't have any money when I came to the grocery store, but I have a lot of coins, a lot of change. And luckily that is enough. We have enough money to buy what we need at the store to make this dish. So I'm gonna go inside really quick and get the food. We are back at La Casa de Agustin, and let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, it is hot today. It is almost 100 degrees outside. And one thing you learn the second you get to Colorado very quickly is that it's extremely dry here. I could drink 20 glasses of water this size in one day, and my pee is still yellow. That is how dry it is here. It is extremely dry, and I do drink 20 glasses of water a day. But before we do the next thing, we have to nourish our bodies. And so I want to make you or show you, because I obviously can't give you the food over the camera, I want to show you how to make a famous dish that I learned when I was living in Ecuador. And if you've seen my videos, you'll know that I lived in Ecuador for 2 years. Now this dish is extremely easy to make and is extremely cheap to make, and it's called tigrillo. So let me show you how to make it. So let's start with the plantain. All right, to make tigrillo, it is extremely easy. You just need a green plantain. It's very important that it's green. And then you just cut it up. And then we're going to peel the skin off. So let's do that. So now that we have the skin peeled off, we're just going to cut it in pieces like this. Very easy. I think that anybody could do that. And then we simply just put it in boiling water for 30 minutes. So we'll set the timer, and in the meantime, while we wait, let's check YouTube. Welcome to La Oficina de Agustin. Now today is Friday, the day that I'm making this video, and Friday is the day that I post videos. So I'm going to look at how the video is doing. I haven't looked at the video yet, but I wasn't expecting this video to do that well. Now, when you make videos on YouTube, it's much more than just talking to a camera. There's a lot of kind of like research about why certain videos do well, or even why certain colors on the thumbnails do well, which is very interesting. And to me, it's not all about making money. I mean, that's important to keep the lights on, but I don't plan to turn this channel into one giant advertisement. But it's important to figure out why people watch the videos and try to, YouTube doesn't tell you, you have to learn from little clues of YouTube. So let's see how the video is doing. You can kind of see the things that I look at while I'm making the videos. So on this video, this is ranking 3 out of 10, which was a lot better than I imagined. I didn't think that this one was going to do that well because it's such a kind of absurd topic of silly things people do with money. But I put financial stand-up because that kind of sparks a question. And it's doing really well. The watch time is up, which the watch time, 7 minutes 36 seconds, is pretty mind-blowing. High click-through rate. Good, we're gonna use right now. Now we do the most dreaded part, is just looking at the comments. I love reading the comments, but it is hard sometimes to read the comments because you just, how people look at you and stuff, it can get difficult to read them sometimes. But it looks like they're doing pretty good. The comments are pretty good today. So that means it's a big success. And please comment on the videos. It just helps me understand what people want and how people interpret me and stuff, and then I can create videos about that. So it looks like this video is doing really well, a lot better than I thought. Now let's sit back and de-stress after all this YouTube stuff. So now that we have read the comments, now we need to take a moment to de-stress. Now, how do you de-stress? Well, you don't go to social media because social media most of the time just makes you feel bad about yourself. And you don't go shopping because shopping is just a waste of money. How does a frugal minimalist de-stress, you might ask? Well, the answer is simple, ladies and gentlemen, and it is through sing-song. Now, I'm going to sing you a song I wrote when I was living in Ecuador. A little backstory on the song. I lived in the southern part of the city, Quito, which is known to be the dangerous part of the city. When I was living there, I got involved in an armed robbery. Pretty crazy experience. But I pushed through and I eventually got over it and nothing really happened to me. But I wrote a song about it to help me get through it and laugh at the situation. And it's called the Southside Anthem. So I'm going to sing the song for you, the chorus of the song, and it goes a little like this. die. Gotta make sure nobody around you has a knife. In the south side, the goal's to stay alive. Gotta leave now to make it home alive. And we just de-stressed a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. So now let's go eat. Things are beginning to cool off in Colorado, so we just had lunch. Now we are going to go to the gym and do a little exercise. So let's head over onto the gym. So we just finished the gym session. I'm going to be completely honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. I did not give it my 100% today. Today was legs day. And honestly, I was filming the vlog. I know you don't say this on a vlog, but I was filming the vlog and I was kind of ready to just keep it moving. So I did a decent session, not normally my 100%, but went to the gym regardless. Now I go to the gym 3 to 4 days a week. And my gym membership is $10 a month. I did the math, and that is about 62 cents per visit. That is very, very, very cheap. You should never spend more than that if you have a Planet Fitness in your area, because spending more money doesn't mean that you get more fit. It's what you do at the gym. So anyways, let's head back home and let's do one final debriefing. So I just got back from the gym after my hard workout. And I'm sure you're wondering, Agustin, what does a frugal minimalist eat after exercising? Well, my answer to that is everything I know about exercising comes from two people, Eduardo and Alejandro, my trainers from EduFit Training Center in Quito. And they taught me, because there's not a bunch of supplements in Ecuador, just to go to the grocery store and get a can of tuna. You can always top it off with a little salt, and to combat the taste, we have mild dried mango with chili pepper seasoning. Helps you bulk up. Despite that, I still look like this. But I know some people are thinking, Agustin, you should take better care of yourself, get nice things, and it's just like, lighten up a little bit. This is just partly a joke. But anyways, I don't normally eat tuna every single day, but some days I do. But basically that is what my life is like as a frugal minimalist. And in the beginning of this video, I was trying to create a video to exaggerate the truth, but as I started making it, it just became more and more of like a normal day for me. So that's kind of what I do. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm trying something a little bit different in it, but thank you so much for watching. Muchas gracias. Que tenga un buen día. Nos vemos, chico.